here, or wait, that wasn't a sentence. Okay. Hey guys, it's Lisette here. Welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and the little bell icon. That way you know whenever I post a new video. So today's video is going to be me just like reminiscing about all of the things I used to love being a 90s kid and growing up in the early 2000s. As you can see, I'm trying to have like this little xenon choker going on. So, you know, let's just get into the video. Ouch! My cat just scratched the heck out of me. She's been acting really weird this morning. I think she's mad that I closed the patio door, but I have to so I can film because it's so loud. Rude! So one of my favorite things that I used to love in the 90s or like early 2000s, let's be real, it's early 2000s because I was born in the late 90s, were those little plastic blow-up chairs. Does anyone remember having like blow-up furniture, or was that just me? I remember I had like this light pink and it was like see-through blow-up chair, and I thought that I was on point. The next thing that I used to love and hate at the same time were jelly shoes. These shoes are coming back, but I remember back then, to be honest, I don't even think I loved them. I think I hated whenever my mom made me wear them. And whenever it would be hot out, I used to live in Florida. Whenever it would be hot out, like my feet would sweat in them. I don't know if anyone else's feet sweat, but like for me, it happened. So I did not think that those were cute at all. Next thing that I had as a kid growing up, which made me feel like I was the shit because not a lot of other people had it, was a Game Boy Mini. And you're probably like, huh, what is that? I will find it and insert a picture. I used to have a Game Boy Mini when everyone else had like the regular Game Boys or Nintendo. Again, Pokemon, I had Pokemon Emerald. I think that was my favorite one. I had Diamond, Pearl, and then I had Zelda. I would play that all the time. This is not on my list, but do you remember iDogs or like the iRobot dogs? Those were so lit all. And McDonald's used to be the shit back then with the toys that they had. Like, I don't know what they're giving these kids nowadays. Like, that stuff is so whack. I remember back then we would get the bombest stuff. We would get like the little Nintendogs on the keychains. That was bomb. I remember me and my friends would collect them and put them on our backpacks. Like, yes, it was freaking on and popping back then. A leapfrog, and leapfrogs used to be the shit. Like, I don't know how it is now, but back then learning was cool, or at least to me it was. I don't know about everyone else around me, but I always grew up advanced, so to me, like, my leapfrog was the shit. Like, I would ask for new books to play, and you would have like a pen and it would read the thing. Man, that's how I learned about all the bones in the body. There was like a bone song. That's how I learned like all this stuff. My leapfrog and me were like this, and I had like the purple and pink one. We were like this. From the 90s is the candy jewelry. Do you guys remember that? Like, I don't know what candy it was, but there would be like candy necklaces, candy chokers, candy bracelets, all that stuff. And I remember one day I tried to be cute and I was wearing a candy choker, trying to be like everybody else, and I have very sensitive skin. So I ended up breaking out wherever the candy had contact to my skin, which if you think about it, that is so gross. Like, who would just, and then people would sit there and eat it. Like, after wearing it all day, like you're running about, playing soccer with your friends, getting all sweaty, and then at the end of the day, you're like, I want a snack. Pop off your freaking necklace and start biting it off the string. Like, that's nasty. We used to do some nasty stuff. That was gross. But the candy that used to be lit, baby bottle pops, I don't know the rest of the song, yeah, baby bottle, yes, and And I would like eat it weird. I would never dip it in the powder. I would just eat all the powder by itself, be like, and then I would suck on the baby bottle pop. I would never like suck in the dip like you were supposed to. So the next thing is, of course, everyone remembers the little Tamagotchis. To be honest, I never had one of those. Well, actually, I think I did. I think I found one and I had it that way. Those were lit. But what I used to play with were the littlest pet shops. Do y'all remember that? I remember me and my friends would get to school early and we would hang out in the cafetorium. You know, that's when the cafeteria and the auditorium's together. Where you would have the talent show and be eating your chicken nuggets. Yeah. So we were there and like we would hang out an hour before school and we would all bring out our littlest pet shops and like play with them and stuff. I remember it was Littlest Pet Shops and then Polly Pockets were lit. Polly Pockets and then also Bratz dolls, but I wasn't allowed to have Bratz because my mom didn't like how much makeup they were wearing and like how they were promiscuous. So I wasn't allowed to play with Bratz. And then I never got into Polly Pockets because it would annoy me if I would lose like her shit. And I lose stuff all the time. So I think my mom knew not to even try me with that because I would have been like crying asking for a new Polly Pocket because I lost her head somewhere. So yeah, she didn't even try that with me, but I did like Littlest Pet Shops. It was lit. Okay. This video is gonna be long, sorry. Do you guys remember Keds? I said that so excitedly. Keds are still around, but back then Keds were the shit. And like, you could have beads and charms on your shoelaces, or you could draw on, like, man, you couldn't tell me nothing. Keds were it. Keds were it. Like, where Adidas are, that's what Keds used to be for kids back then. Like, you know how Adidas is running like the shoe game? That's Keds back in the 2000s. Look it up. Look it up, kids. Next thing that used to be everywhere, at least for me, because you know my mom always had me in designer. I'm just kidding. But Tommy Hilfiger. You were wearing Tommy and you were doing it right. Like, it was lit. It was a staple piece. If you didn't have Tommy in your collection, then what were you doing? Being a square. Whatever made you loser. Does anyone remember? Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. So the next thing, moving on, is the clear bags that I was just talking about. But people would have like clear backpacks, clear purses. It was like, clear was cool. You could just literally be nosy and look all up in people's stuff, but clear was cool. And I remember my mom said when she used to go to school, it was mandatory for them to have a clear backpack. That way, you know, the teachers, principals, whatever, could just look right in your stuff and make sure that you didn't have anything illegal. I think maybe they should go back to doing that, especially like, this is all seriousness right here, not kidding, especially with like all these shootings and stuff going on. I think maybe a clear backpack thing should go back to being mandatory, at least for a little bit, like at least until we get some things under control. That's all I'm saying. Next subject. Do you guys remember password journals? And you could write in them with invisible ink, and then when you would flip up the little light, you could see what you wrote. And no one was supposed to be able to get into your journal because only you knew the password, or it was by voice recognition. That's all I have to say. Those used to be amazing. For this next one, I don't know if I'm the only one. Well, I feel like I'm not the only one, because when I would visit my friends, we all had the same furniture. It's like we all shopped at Room to Go. Rooms to Go used to be where you would shop, but basically everyone would either have day beds or your furniture was like cream. Please, someone who was born in the late 90s and was raised in the 2000s, please comment down below and let me know. If you remember everyone having cream furniture or like a daybed, like please tell me that I'm not the only one who's imagining this. I remember this so vividly. I do. And like, it's like now, it's all cool because every YouTuber has like white furniture, white walls, everything's white and modern. Back then, the color used to be cream and you would want wood furniture. Like, please, someone comment down below and validate this. Please validate it. Comment, please. Go, 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 go. Okay, the next thing used to be bopping around town with your little portable CD player. And I remember my CD player was from the That's So Raven collection. I used to be obsessed with Raven and Lizzie McGuire. Fun fact, my nickname used to be Lizzie, not because it's derived from Lisette, but because I used to love Lizzie McGuire so much. But I used to have a That's So Raven portable CD player, and I remember it was like a light baby blue with like silver sparkles on it. And whenever we would go on family road trips, I thought it was the shit because I would just put on my little headphones and like not listen to my parents and be like, haha, I'm listening to That's So Raven, like her soundtrack. Or like Avril Lavigne or something. Which, by the way, the little Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory going around. Okay, so the next thing, this is so long, I'm sorry. The next thing would be drawing on your jeans. I think I'm the only one who did that. Or you would get your friends to draw or write their name on your t-shirts and you would like wear it around, like that was cool. I remember people doing that all the time, especially at the end of the school year. You would get your friends to write on like basically anything, your arm, your jeans, your t-shirt, your backpack, a teddy bear, something. Like we were always just writing on something. Like I don't know how all of us got Sharpies, but Sharpies, it would just be on anything. It would just draw on anything and then go home. And your parents are like, why did you draw on your Tommy Hilfiger jeans? And you're just like, cause mom. Everyone else was doing it. So the next thing is like the brands that used to be poppin'. Do you guys remember Moxie Girl? They're still poppin'. I follow their skate page because I'm into roller skating now. But Moxie used to be everywhere. Mud. MUDD used to be everywhere, and I remember their little symbol would be like the little handprint everywhere. And then the last thing that I remember being everywhere is Candy Girl. And if you were like a Candy Girl model, you were like big. I remember when Hilary Duff was the Candy model, man, I wanted everything in her collection. I wanted every shirt. Okay, so the last thing on my list, I'm gonna have to find a picture, but I don't even know if I can find a picture because I don't know how to describe it for Google. But you know, like those sand jars, you would literally get these little kits from a craft store, and you would mix the sand in different layers, and you would make like your own jar. And honestly, essentially, it's just putting colored sand in a glass jar, but it used to be life. It would be a party starter if you had a sleepover. If you would pull that out, girl, your party would be the best party on the block. People would be talking about it all weekend until Monday. Like, it was lit. So those are all of the things that I have on my list so far. If you guys would like me to think of more things that I remember doing in the early 2000s and do another video, give this video a thumbs up. And if you've stayed here this long and you're still not subscribed, what are you doing? Please subscribe. Hit it down below. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Also, make sure you enter my giveaways. No one's entering, which is sad, but it's also really good for the people that have entered, like all 3 of them, because that gives them a better chance. And I'm going to be giving away some Coach perfumes soon. So like all of these giveaways are designer, and then I'm thinking about giving away a Polaroid camera, one of those like Fiji films. So I mean, you might want to subscribe and stick around so that way you can know about those giveaways. This isn't whispering and this isn't cute at all. Why am I using both hands as if I'm praying? I do not know. I'll get better. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
If you wanna ball.